Hello students. I'm going to make a video that's going to cover a few different topics. So try to stay with me here. So this is going to be a supplemental video to the product database application, which is your sixth assignment. So if we go to the assignment section of Canopy here, we have assignment 6, which is the product database application. So we're starting to get into SQL Server and getting into relational databases a little bit. So this assignment is going to cover having our own database file that we're going to work with. So this is assignment 6. There are attachments here. The product maintenance.zip, which can also be found in the extra exercises, extra 20-1. But you can also just download it here instead of going to the extra exercises. Uh, there is a supplemental video to this as well afterwards that will take you through the code a little bit. So make sure you also watch that video. It'll take you through ADO.NET, which is .NET's lower level database technology that allows us to work with database objects such as tables, rows and columns, and stuff like that. There's also this MMA Books MDF file that you can use, but there's also already one in the application, so you don't necessarily need to download this one. But if for whatever reason this one becomes corrupt or you changed it and can't get it back to the way it was, you can come back here and copy and paste this one into your project. So believe it or not, we're getting close to the end of the semester. We're to the product database assignment. So there's only one more actual assignment that we do before the final project. We start working on the final project. So don't forget, there's an extra credit assignment out here that you're also due that deals with interfaces. And there's also you'll also get extra credit for doing the course assessment. So if you do the course assessment, whenever it becomes available, and send me a snapshot of that. So don't send me the answers or anything like that. But once you submit your course assessment, just send me a snapshot that shows me that you've completed the course assessment, and then you'll get bonus points for that. So we do take your feedback seriously for the courses here at UC. So make sure you do the course assessment and give some honest feedback on how you felt the course went, what could have been better, what you liked doing. So we continue to do that. So make sure you do the course assessment when it becomes available. I'll also send out reminders via Canvas as well. So there is a PowerPoint in this module, the Chapter 20, How to Use ADO.NET to Write Your Own Data Access Code. This PowerPoint is quite lengthy. It's 51 slides. I'm not going to go through the whole thing here in this video. You can go through it yourself. It also covers Chapter 20 in the book. So if you're following along in the book, it's Chapter 20. It covers such things as how to make a new SQL connection, which we'll go through in my next video, being able to open and close that SQL connection, which you can see in the next video. But what I really wanted to get out of this PowerPoint slide, I go through the majority of this in the next video. Let me see where the connection string is here. So if you notice here, and again, I'll cover this in the next video, but one of the big things is don't hard code your connection string. So this is a string we use to gain access to our database that's on our local machine. So here's our connection string. And notice we tell it what kind of database we're connecting to. So the kind of database is a local DB. It's just a database file. In the attached database file name, here we have a pipe, and we say data directory. So essentially we're saying look in the base folder of my project. And we do that because whenever you submit your project for me to grade, if you have a hard-coded connection string here like C:\\\, users / your username, whenever you submit that and I go to grade it, I'm not going to have this directory. I'm not going to have that directory that's on your machine. So if your database isn't working, that's going to be the first place I'll look, and I'm going to take points off because I needed to fix your code to get your code to work. So make sure you do this pipe data directory whenever you make your connection string, and then give a //mmabooks.mdf. And what that's going to do again is it's going to look in the directory here of your project. So it's going to look in your project, and then it's going to look in the root folder of your project, and it's going to say, okay, it's probably talking about this mmabooks.mdf file here, which is your database. So I'm going to come back to Visual Studio in a second, but that's just what I'm talking about there. Another thing I wanted to mention in this PowerPoint slide, there's a lot of code in here for you to use. That's essentially the exact same application we're writing with the product maintenance application. So this is a customer maintenance application, and you'll see here there's button clicks, which is already coded for you. A lot of it's coded for you. They'll have some comments in there that you'll need to insert some code. But a lot of this code is already written for you. What you need to write is the database, the interacting with the database via ADO.NET, which is somewhere here. Maybe I already passed it. Custom code for MMA book, state DB. So here's the customer DB class, and it goes through all of the CRUD operations that you need to go through in your product class as well. So here's the customer DB. You're going to have an associated product DB, but it's going to connect to the same database with the same connection string. This is just getting information from another table. So we're going to get customer. You're going to have a get product method. So you're going to have public static product, get product, int product ID. And a lot of this code is going to be the exact same, the way you're going to get the product from the table. So make sure you come to this PowerPoint and understand exactly what's going on here and these methods, and use a lot of what's here. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. So here's a way to add a customer, and it takes in a customer object, an instance of the customer that they want to add to the database, that plain old C# object. And you're going to do the same thing with product. You're going to add a product to the database, and you're going to have a method that looks similar to this. It's going to be called add product. It's going to take in a product as a parameter. You're going to be getting that connection to the database. That way you can do your insert statement, and then make sure you just modify it, because instead of having a name, address, city, state, and zip, you're going to have a product code, a product description, a unit price, etc. So all of that code is here for you to use and understand, as well as update customer. You'll also have an update product method. And then last but not least, you'll have a delete customer, and then you'll have a delete product. So come here and understand what this code is doing and use it for your benefit. So make sure you come to this chapter 20 PowerPoint. It'll help you with your assignment very, very much. And then don't worry about this state DB. We're not going to do anything with that. So then going over to your Visual Studio, having this database in your application, you can actually, what's it doing? You can actually go through the database and see the tables and records from here. So if we go to modify connection, these databases are a little bit out of date since the book is a little old. So I'm going to go to modify connection, and I'm not going to do anything here. All I'm going to do is click OK. And then when I click OK, it's going to say the database file you're attempting to connect to is not compatible with the current instance of SQL Server. Do you want to upgrade? I want to click yes. And then when it upgrades it, then it gives you access to the tables that are in your database. So here's tables. Here's the products table we're going to be working with. So you can see the column headers here, the column names, and then you can right click and actually view the data that's in the table. So I want to show the data. So if you're looking for test cases, you can come here for test cases. So if you want to try to get a product, you can see the product codes are here. You can take one of these product codes and you should get back the information or the rows that are corresponding to that piece of data. So for example, if you pass ADC4, you should be able to get back Marocs ADO.NET 4 with C# 2010 and the unit price to display in your application. So make sure you come to the database here um, for all of your test cases. So you should be able to um, add things to the database, modify, update, and delete tables, or this table here, this products table. And then also, if we go back to Canvas, if we go to the assignment section, there should be some um, extra templates. I believe this has the document. So if we go here, there's step-by-step instructions on how to do this. So also use that. So we're going to go to extra 20-1, write the code for a product maintenance application. It's on page 37. Let's scroll down to 37 here. And then here's the code for our product maintenance application. So this user interface is already going to be built for you by and large. And then it takes you step by step, adding a class that's going to interact with ADO.NET and system.SQL client. And then we're going to start writing methods to get a product from that table, methods to update a product, methods to add a product, methods to delete a product. So make sure you go step by step, through this Word document. Make sure you use the PowerPoint as well. It has a lot of good information in there from the Git customer or the customer maintenance application. And then remember to reach out with any questions or concerns you may have. Don't hesitate. We can meet over Teams or however you feel like we could meet. If you have any questions or if you're having any issues getting uh, access to your database, or maybe your connection string isn't working, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll try to see what's going on from there. And if we can't get things uh, resolved via an email, we can always schedule a Teams meeting or something like that. So hopefully this video helped. Make sure to watch my next video, and we'll start going through some of the code, creating a connection to our SQL relational database, and then being able to get customers from our database. So with that, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.